here we are in the semifinals of the Vanguard monthly number 3, $200 prize pool, and 12 players, 6 teams, trying to get that $100 first place prize. Ace and daydrAce, the playtesters, in the bottom right, and the pros, Kebab King, LilleKanin, are in the top left on Karina. And pretty much LilleKanin just always puts his barracks out here.
Yeah, they're playing as the same commanders again, Raynor and Vorazin, where Ace is playing as Overmind, and daydrAce is playing Kerrigan, which is their usual combination.
Yeah, Ace has always been the Overmind.
Having some mix-up in the factions, even if you're going to go double Zerg, having the 2 different Zerg factions, the Monarch Brood and the Eternal Swarm, both represented.
That's gonna be fun.
Have Roaches and Hydras. Potentially.
Yeah, the way Ace and daydrAce play is Ace likes to go for very Ling heavy and is sort of the map control guy, while daydrAce will go for the heavier units and have more of that head-on firepower added to their composition.
And we do have 4th going up for LilleKanin Spacemarine team. Nice bit of ambush bunker to slow the expansion. We'll get
a lot
triggered.
Of shenanigans.
A fair amount of shenanigans are beginning to ensue. But we do have these quick Marines.
Some Nagatar.
Ooh, look at this!
Hitting
A speed boost from the Zerglings. Gonna try to get us around on the Marines.
Wow.
He didn't upgrade speed, he just used his Zelnaga energy to get a quick boost there.
Oh, interesting. Ace is getting that early aggression. Trying to kind of like kill the barracks and the tower.
Bit of damage going off there.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if
strat
it was,
Ace and I pioneered, where you basically skip going for any sort of tech. Don't even care about getting fast speed. Just get more Zerglings early on, so you've got a bigger, healthier Zergling count, and just use that speed boost as a pseudo replacement.
And if you've been watching these games and you're wondering, where are the Overlords? We removed them. We said, Overlords, they're dumb, let's get rid of them. No, there was slightly more reasonable decisions for that. But we're trying out some spawning pool as a supply structure instead of having a supply unit, and having the Overseer as a buildable unit from the larva. So a little change up. We like to try different things, see what works, see what doesn't.
Dim Stargates. Gonna see some Void Rays.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because like for so long the Void Ray has been a very low use unit in Vanguard. Just hasn't really gotten up to that power level where people enjoy it.
Oh my god, 5 oracles.
5 oracles, yeah.
Oh my.
I don't think I've ever seen that many oracles built in a game of Vanguard before.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, like, you have to specify Vanguard because that's all about StarCraft 2 right now. It's all oracles all the time. A couple of roaches come out. They're very expensive units and they're hard to get out in mass early in the beginning of the game.
Is that some inner StarCraft 2 pros happening with the oracles right now?
They're channeling their inner StarCraft 2.
Oh my god, they can kill roaches.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, not that many roaches.
Not that many roaches. But like I was saying before, it's tough to get a big mass of roaches out early on. They're quite expensive compared to the other generalist units. But they are very strong, very tanky.
He's just finding kills with these.
Yeah.
It's been 3 roaches.
Not many oracles.
And 2 drones.
In the meantime, though, we have quite a bit of speedlings against only a few Marines. Nice positioning.
Very nice.
Gonna morph a couple Banes right in his face. Like, come at me, bro. Oh, wow. Oracles are moving in. Oh, nice. Cancel. That's as much damage as he needs to get done. He can leave right now if he wants to. He does look in the front, sees that wall off, and goes home. Mission accomplished, base canceled, and the economic lead is going to start to flow over to our red team, Ace and daydrAce.
I really like how much pressure these 2 teams are putting on each other.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ace is doing that, like, the Zerg, like, Ling aggression right now. With some Banelings mixed in there right now.
Yep. Nice little move over here. Again with the Oracles, getting a lot of value out of them. Devoting a lot of attention to them to get the value.
Needs more spores. We need more Static D. Where's the Static D game?
There's a spore in every single blue mineral base forced by those oracles. Not to mention the damage those oracles have already done.
Yeah, but Travis, there aren't 5 spores, and that's why I'm upset.
Okay.
That's
All right?
what I
You're right.
mean. Like,
Okay.
we need more
18
Static
spines
D.
in the front, 5 spores per base.
An oracle should not be allowed near creep. I get
That's
it.
right. That's right. If you only make static D, they'll never be able to kill. Look at this. Nice move from LilleKanin, completely denying the base up here. Just quick little run.
That was a bait, actually, with the bio being nearby.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and we're getting into it now. The siege tank is in the back.
Oh,
Oh my
those
god!
stasis wards!
Phenomenal stasis wards. Focus fire down, though, on that Lancer. Gonna pick it off before it's
Ow.
too late. In the meantime, though, just tons of damage have come from these vultures up on the high ground. They've been just sitting there doing damage the whole battle.
Yeah, they have been, actually. Not been good. Full of hatchery. All that gas.
Yeah, you can see how these roaches are just such a linchpin of the strategy of daydrAce. These roaches are just so good at managing these head-on fights
Ace
with their
is
versatility
rushing
and
across
microability.
the map right now. He's speedy Lings.
Oh, the oracles are going to scout
Oh,
it.
but the oracles are like, nope, Lings. What are you doing here? Get out of my video game.
Yeah, we don't have the Nike Air upgrade yet for the Zerglings, where they can just jump and like do a kickflip and destroy an oracle in one hit. But
Travis, make it happen.
Oh snap! Look at these vultures.
Oh, those poor Zerglings are baited into that. Ugh.
oh, the oracles though getting pulled into the fire of the roaches. A couple of them go down
those
pretty
roaches
quickly.
By daydrAce. Nice roaches from daydrAce, though.
Defiler's waiting for
This
the
is
right
gonna change
moment.
everything once these defilers get committed to the next big fight.
Oh, they're huge. It makes such a big difference. Both of their spells, Plague and especially Dark Swarm,
Yeah, Dark Swarm.
makes a huge difference in engagement, especially with all these melee units. Dark Swarm goes down. It does not completely negate damage, but reduces it by 50%. And that can really guarantee that your Banelings are going to get the hits off and your units are going to stay alive longer. It protects your roaches. It just synergizes perfectly with everything. Huge power multiplier.
Yeah, the tech is going to be massively in favor of the Zerg.
They have
if
to
they
engage
get the proper
together, though.
connections.
Army's going a bit north for our red team while the rocks go down. It does get scouted by that creep colony.
So many oracles.
Ooh, nice move here. The Zerglings move forward to try to bait out any potential stasis wards, learning from the last engagement. But they're starting to move up on the high ground now. This is going to be difficult engagement. Initial plague goes down, leaving a lot of wounded Marines, and then they take the engagement. You see that Dark Swarm
come on,
going
roaches!
down. Banelings
Yes,
making
the
connections.
Banelings!
Focus
look at the
fire
Banelings
from the
go.
roaches, taking out a lot of these Lancers. Siege tanks are all covered in goo, releasing.
daydrAce.
Oh my
daydrAce.
god. I didn't even
That is
see
the
the
power of high-tech
infestor.
Zerg.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
So just to recap real quick, the infestor throws down a spell that does some damage, and when the unit gets killed, it turns into locusts. So the combination of plague to get the units low, and then the next spell to get the rest of the job done, spawning tons of locusts, all of a sudden, huge spike of power for red team.
Ooh, Ace trying to kill the Nexus, but the oracles coming into the Zergs.
They're at least gonna get these workers down.
Yeah,
and
yeah. They're still gonna do lots of damage.
Probably the gas as well. Roach moving across the
yeah.
map. Very optimistic Roach movement over here. As
We
the
have some
disruptors
swarmers.
move in.
Disruptors have hit the field.
This is another one of those big
Yeah,
game
the
changer
disruptors.
units.
Oh, Mutas as the counter to the Oracle have finally come in.
Oh yeah, I just saw the mutas go in.
Guarantees
Gonna
a
kill
dead
that
base.
Nexus. Yeah, Goodbye, Nexus.
Not even just a counter to that, but again, remember Kebab King just doesn't build anti-air. Oh wait, I say that. He's queued up 5 Corsairs. Never mind, we're all set. He's got anti-air.
They really want to kill that poor little small host. Oh, goodbye.
God, look at this sledgehammer.
Oh my god. This is disgusting.
This is crazy.
What do you even do against something like that?
Oh, this poor little Zax. Right
All
away.
the army is so far away from the action right now. Just these small group of Lings and the Defilers.
daydrAce coming in.
Ooh,
They're setting up
from
for a
behind.
perfect surround.
Starting to
the
focus
surround
in
from
the
behind.
siege tanks. Takes out 3 very quickly. The Defilers are starting to look for a spot. Oh, EMP on, I think, just one of the Defilers. Gotta be really careful for those EMPs. You lose energy on your spellcasters here as the Zerg team, and you are done.
Yeah. 3 roaches are trying to kill the command center in the left side of the map, the bottom base on the left. But the Marines have noticed. 2 Marines versus 3 roaches.
Again, holding this high ground inside their opponent's base. Kebab King LilleKanin
Crazy
making
right now.
it work.
It's so hard to take this engagement. You have to be so careful before you actually pull the trigger.
Parasitic Cluster goes down on a lot of the
wow.
units. However, oh my god, the Disruptor
the
shots
roaches.
exploding all over these roaches.
Oh, goodbye.
We have some Zerglings starting to stream in, and there's quite a few forces left over for our Zergs. Starting to focus down these Disruptors. You can see the tankiness of the roaches, just so good in these straight up engagements.
Yeah, that was amazing. So cool right now.
Oh, and look at that, the anti-air is gone. The Mutalisks will have some fun.
Yeah, get rid
Until
of
those Corsairs come in, run away from the Corsairs!
Oh.
Corsairs have Splash versus Air and tiny little baby disruption webs. When we made them of a reasonable size, it was broken. So we had to make them small.
Oh man, I'm just loving all the back and forth reactions to each other's play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really great to see those like theoretical ideas that you have in your head about how things will work and then have them actually work that way on screen as high-level players are playing the game. It's really exciting to see.
I mean, I'm impressed by Ace and daydrAce. So impressed. It's...
Oh no, army! The whole army is in the top right, dealing with
Oh,
4
no, but the bottom
Centurions.
Yeah, the left side. They have to be so careful with the sides.
Ace is in position where he could start cutting off reinforcements, but the enemy army is in his main. Meantime, some focus fire down on the base.
God.
You don't want to
All
trade
the
a main for an
reinforcements.
expansion.
Oh gosh. Look at those lancers just pushing through.
Oh,
Just destroying everything.
Plague
in
goes
their
down.
path.
Not landing on too many units here. However, a couple bases getting taken down in the meantime, and so far the main hasn't taken too much damage.
Yeah, luckily the...
Parasitic Cluster goes down on the Lancer. We're going to start to see those Locusts pop up as a result. One base in the center does go down. We have another one about to go down in the top center.
That was a really nice save by daydrAce with the roaches though. Really nice.
Classic Zerg strats. Cutting off the reinforcements for free with Zerglings, being really efficient, letting their opponent dive as deep as they can and just take attrition damage from all the spells, and stepping a bit too far forward. And then counterattacking with just small groups of efficient Zerg units.
Nidus Destroyer, super critical to that. It absorbed so much damage once that army got into the main. That wasn't even an upgraded Nidus Destroyer either. It was a little baby one.
This
Oh,
is still
wow.
an even game, which is insane.
Oh, gonna
Yes.
move forward, and oh no, the Disruptor shots are all duds. Moving in. Gonna try to snipe some siege units here. Gotta make sure to try and spread as much as possible, but there just is not a lot to deal with these roaches right now. The siege tank's all alone.
Oh,
Absolutely no
Come
tanking in the
in with the
middle or in the
Marine.
front.
In the meantime, these banelings trying to land on some more of the Marines. These units are so low on health, they need to be able to finish the job. Zerglings
Come on, Banelings.
coming through. Gonna be able to take out the siege tanks at least, but this Marine ball is gonna be tough to deal with. Zergling reinforcements, some roaches as well, maybe on a different control group, however. Headed off in a
Tough
different
to
direction.
deal with. There's defilers, Jack. Oof. There's Dark Swarm and Plague for days.
Morphing some more Banelings.
Mutas got tagged onto a static D structure and
But there's an issue. They're coming in from the left side.
by the way,
There's,
bottom
disruptors.
center, Space Marine is taking a base. And daydrAce is just taking the base over to the side of it. Little intermingling of the bases here.
Yeah. I don't know if that was meant to happen.
It looks like they will lose this ground though.
Yeah.
Nice move out. Gonna be able to hit a lot of these
Look
banelings.
at him.
Start
Ooh.
dealing that slow and the damage over time to allow the Zerglings to clean up the rest of the force in the meantime.
Oh, but look at the static D.
Base on the
photo
outside.
balance. And those lances.
A lot of free Zerglings there, but traded a base for it. And there's a
Looked
really
like
vulnerable
a
base
bad
in the bottom
rally.
center now. Yeah. Some unit pathing issues.
Oh, the roaches.
Ooh,
It's
lands
been
quite a bit
beautiful.
of parasitic cluster down.
Oh, the disruptors. Get away, get away.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Almost
Oh,
managed the split, but at the last second,
Almost.
that's all the spellcasters down for daydrAce. Gonna have to replenish his stock.
The
So
terrain for
sad.
that fight was just not favorable at all for the Zergs.
Yeah, it is interesting, right? We have a hill here. It's not a high ground or a low ground, right? It is a hill.
Yeah,
Goes
the
up
main
and down
issue
very
is
quickly.
it's such a small choke point to take a fight. It's a single hallway,
Yeah.
and not a lot of room to spread your units out against the siege tanks and disruptors and lancers.
So much splash damage. Like a Junkrat versus a Reinhardt shield. You're just not gonna last very long.
Oh, a little cleanup on the
Ooh.
hatch.
Very nice move. And look, daydrAce taking this base over here in the top center. No one has agreed upon whose bases are whose just yet. There's going to be quite a bit of fighting over these final 4 untaken bases on the outside, and then maybe even eventually these central bases. We rarely see them taken except in late game scenarios.
Holy tech switch, Batman.
What do we got?
Look at Space Marine's Tempest count.
It seems on the high side, December. Seems like he's got quite a few of those little buddies.
Uh-oh. That.
We have a partying nexus. We have a rave nexus. Whenever a baneling hits a building, it makes an incredible rave, and everyone has a great time. Lots of EDM, you know.
Lots of EDM. The club is alive right now. Vanguard.
Oh,
those
the Tempest
are
army.
So scary. They scare me just looking at them. They.
Ooh, with the repair, I think they're gonna be able to save this base, and they're gonna kill one of their opponents. We're starting to see things tip in favor of our blue team, but still a very, very close game. A lot of this has to do with the dance of the spellcasters. 1 EMP on those clumped up defilers, and this fight over here on the left side is lost. Have to be very, very careful with those. Observer also in play for Kebab King in case any burrow shenanigans might ensue.
The Corruptors came in.
Oh, here they come.
They mopped up 3 of the Tempests for free.
That's
essentially.
almost half of the Tempest they had.
Yeah, 4
Full
get to
energy
walk away,
infestors
but that
over
was
here.
a really good trade.
In the bottom left.
It looks like on both sides, blue
Ooh,
team
that was a
has
big
gotten
EMP.
the better end of the deal.
He's only got 1 defiler left. It will throw down the Dark Swarm. Second Dark Swarm. And move in. These siege tanks are getting focused down. I don't think those bombs should not hit. They do manage to get a roach or 2.
There we go. There's the proper 2v1 that Zerg can do so much more efficiently than the Terran and Protoss combo.
Gonna move in, try to snipe this base. There is an ambush bunker nearby. We'll get triggered. A bit of surround attempt happening, but that's gonna put them right in the sights of all these little Zerglings. The Marines try to chase down the Defilers.
Oh,
Nice
someone
focus fire on the
corrupted
tanks.
it.
So many tech units
Yeah.
going down for the blue team. Speaking of tech units, the techs also dying.
So the Corsairs want to go attack the Corruptors, but the Roaches are helping zone for them.
Nice
get away.
irradiate.
Oh,
Excellent split in response.
disruptors are terrifying. Those
Yes.
balls of death. Ooh,
Almost all the Corsairs down now. Couple of Havocs, though. Really got to be careful with those guys. Splash damage versus air at long range. Very powerful anti-air unit. You need to respect those. However, Zerglings do quite well against them on the ground. Don't need too much to deal with them. 20 Zerglings in the production for Ace, so you should be prepared to deal with that, at least in a one-on-one scenario.
Ground-based anti-air in this game is just so strong.
Yeah.
Really important to have a way for players without air superiority to take it back from the ground. All the factions do feature a dedicated ground-to-air unit with long range of
Oh my
varying
god,
flavors.
the Zerling countering attacks.
Oh, yeah.
So many workers.
Yeah, that's just all the remaining workers. Just makes you
Aw.
want to size storm.
Look at them all run away. Too scared.
That's
I'm scared.
painful.
I would be terrified.
Losing your ultras for free like that.
Yeah, it wasn't really necessary for the ultras to be there in that counterattack, I think.
daydrA baiting the entire death ball of their opponent all the way across the entire map to go defend that CC. daydrA is a little spooked though. He doesn't want to lose those roaches. They know that their army's very small right now.
Yeah, and very specific too, right? We have all these corruptors. Such a high corruptor count for Ace that switch into a pure ground situation would be very deadly.
Are those drones attacking that base?
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
When you mine out all of your bases and you have nothing left to do, use your drones to kill the base in long distance mine.
Warrior drones.
Oh man.
Haven't we
Ace
reached
needs
that
lings.
mark of, like,
Yeah, the mass corruptor
Yeah.
could be good, but unfortunately those havocs exist, which is just shuts down that plan.
Yeah, unless he gets down some really sick plagues.
Oh,
He does
fires.
get almost all the Tempests, as I say, as the Tempest count just doubles. 1 second here.
There was some plague that went down, but they've just got another healing structure that's going to.
Yeah, they need
Eventually
to
heal them
come in
all
and
up.
engage. Good timing from Ace, spreading out the Corruptors as much as possible,
yeah.
getting the
Come on,
damage
Ace.
done on the weakened Tempests, but
Too much firepower.
yeah, just too much overall, and now the ground army is coming back into the fold. Siege tanks and Lancers. So we have this sort of rotational game. Unit compositions keep changing, keep shifting.
The anti-harass squad of 4 fire bats up at the top.
You shall not pass!
It's not really that many fire bats though.
No, I mean, I think he could just overwhelm them.
Oh yeah.
Gonna hit him with Banelings first. That attention to detail.
Come on, baby.
That makes it super efficient.
Yep. And right now, efficiency is the name of the game. We're 25 minutes in. Almost all the bases that we started with have been mined out. And it's come down. It's all about these expansions now. Who can hold on to their expansions?
Yeah,
Right
the
now,
biggest
the blue
issue
team in a
is,
big lead.
Spacemarine has a 2,500 value army and minerals and 1,740 gas.
Okay, and tell me daydrAce's army?
Oh no. daydrAce 0.
0. 0.
Oh god.
That
but
is
he's
problematic.
getting a hatch up.
Oh,
It'll pop up
no.
anytime now.
Oh no.
Does Ace have any mighty? No, he is one patch of blue minerals left.
And all 5 of his workers are mining it furiously as the Tempests come in.
Here come the Tempest.
The Nerazim army. Late game, super high tech. God, it's
Yeah,
scary.
look at only Robo and Stargate units. There's not even any mineral dump in this at all.
Yeah.
What are zealots, Jack?
What are zealots? Kebab
Good.
King doesn't know. He's like, I don't need zealots. If I just build only awesome units, I'll win the game, he says. And he's managed to remain cost efficient for most of the game and keep a lot of his gas units alive, and that's what's allowed him to snowball this into such a powerful unit composition. Small note, there are SCVs in this army repairing both the Protoss and the Terran things.
Ooh.
Remember, they can repair
Desperation.
anything that is mechanical.
Oh,
Last
It's the
attack.
attack
he just hit the
drones!
stem on his drones!
Attack
Let
of
him
the
go!
drones! I don't think it's enough. GG! Well played.
GG.
Great game.
Oh, wow.
Very intense. Very intense game. Well done.
Oh man, let's see if we can get the comeback. It would be